Surf's up. That's a common expression if you're interested in going surfing or if you want your friends to come with you. So this guy, he could say, "Hey buddy, surf's up, let's go surfing," and you're like, "Okay, but it's too cold." And anyway, next page. Have you ever gone surfing? Let's read the first paragraph. Surfing provides thrill seekers with the rush they desire. A rush is just excitement. When you do something, sports or listening to music or anything that's exciting gives you a rush. Monster waves can form a perfect barrel. A barrel is considered the be-all and the end-all of surfing. This is a barrel when it goes around like that. When the wave is looking like that, that's a barrel. The be-all and end-all, this is a weird expression. It means the best. So you could also say the barrel is considered the best thing of surfing. What is hang 10? Hanging 10 is when the rider can walk to the front of the board and hang all 10 toes off the edge. It is a great maneuver. Maneuver is just a move or a trick or a special thing that he does to show that he's good. So I'll go back. So if he walks right here, see his toes are there. What if he moves his toes right there and hangs his toes off the end of the board? That's hanging 10. I've never tried that. I've never even tried surfing, but apparently it's a great maneuver. Optimum conditions for surfing are light to moderate wind. Ideally, surfers want clear skies and picture-perfect teal blue water with no sharks or jellyfish. Optimum conditions means the best conditions, like this. Like you got light wind, you got maybe sunny, it's warm, and you've got no jellyfish and no sharks. And you got nice blue water, right? So that's optimum. We got key vocabulary. The first word is consider. Consider means to think carefully about or to believe something to be. Now that's difficult, so let's go to an example. Consider all of the risks before you climb a tree. Think. Think carefully of all the risks before you climb a tree. All right. Second example. After much consideration, I will give you your money back. So he thought about, again, to think carefully. Well, I thought about it, I was thinking, and you know what? I will give you your money back. Now, the second one, to believe to be, is like this. A dog is considered to be man's best friend. So the dog is believed to be man's best friend. So it's like we think this is man's best friend, so we consider the dog to be the best friend to people. Okay, next slide. The be-all and end-all means the best or the epitome. Epitome and best is the same thing. This is just more of a fancy word. So you also have the Holy Grail. That also means the best. So the Ferrari is the be-all and end-all of sports cars. Silk is the epitome of fabric. Grass-fed beef is the Holy Grail of organic cooking. And you can use these words for anything. Like if you're very good at karate and taekwondo and stuff, you could say, you know, I'm the epitome of fighting or whatever. I mean, that's you can use this even. You can use the epitome for food. Okay, the beef is the epitome of food, or the Ferrari is the epitome, or silk is the be-all and end-all. You can use these expressions for anything that is good. So like this one here. Wind energy, the Holy Grail to energy independence. So we have no more cheap oil, right? It's very expensive, so we're like, you know what? What if we just made like 1 billion of these windmills? That might be the Holy Grail to be energy independent. I mean, we don't have to buy oil from other countries, or we're free from oil. Next one is optimum. If something's optimum, it's ideal conditions, or it's perfect, right? Exactly as I want something. So the optimum temperature for skiing is -2 degrees Celsius, because you want it to be below 0 so it's cold, but you don't want it to be too cold, otherwise it hurts. So another way to look at it is the optimal conditions. See, optimum and optimal, it's the same word, but you can use them interchangeably. So optimum conditions are present for surfing, light winds, clear skies, and no sharks. Yes. Alright, these hills provide optimum farming conditions. So you're doing some farming, this is pretty optimum. Yeah, optimum and optimal are the same thing. Sorry about the capitalization. I'm making these paragraphs with the Microsoft, and it's kind of doing this automatic formatting thing. Fix that. Our next key vocabulary word is maneuver. If you're going to maneuver, it means you're going to move around or to steer. So this car is maneuvering around the track. It's steering around the track. Another example is Donald maneuvered his car through the course very well. This freaking capitalization. Okay, there, fix that. Donald maneuvered his car through the course very well. We will engage maneuvering thrusters on the captain's orders. That's from Star Trek. If you like Star Trek, and you engage, it means start. Maneuvering means moving. Thrusters means like engine or a motor. So it's like you're starting your steering motors on the captain's orders when the captain tells you that it's okay. Patrick Chan executed his maneuver perfectly. So this is, noun. If you're talking about a maneuver, it's a noun. This is maneuvering, a verb. He maneuvered his car around the turn perfectly. So corner and turn is the same thing. Anyway, next slide. The evolution of surf. Originally, Polynesian fishermen used surfboards to travel to proliferate fishing areas. If you have a fishing area, that means you can go fishing. Proliferate means there's a lot of fish, or a lot of anything. Proliferate just means a lot. Like, okay, there's proliferate surfing. Anyway, the boards provided easy transportation as well as excitement for the fishermen. Nowadays, surfing is a popular sport with competitions held annually. Prime surf destinations include Hawaii, Australia, and Indonesia. Prime, you can use the word prime to say the best. I know there's like a million ways to say the best. Premium, prime, best, magnificent, the be-all and end-all. I mean, there's too many words. We need to get rid of a lot of words in English, but anyway. But it doesn't have to be hot and sunny year-round in order to surf. One, which means like a person, one can catch a wave in Ireland or the west coast of Canada. It can get chilly even in the summer, but a wetsuit can provide warmth. Yeah, so he's got a wetsuit that keeps him sort of warm, but he's still cold. I mean, because it's cold in Vancouver when you're surfing, but whatever. Alright, surf's up. Yeah, let's go surfing. Next slide. Key vocabulary, proliferate. To multiply quickly, or many available, increasing. So, the proliferation of birds have increased the local noise level. So if the birds are making more birds, and there's too many birds, that means they're proliferating. So the proliferation of birds have increased the local noise level. The proliferate nature of worms ensures they can maintain the survival of their species. This is hard. I don't even know how to explain this properly, but these are examples of how to use this word. Clams proliferate quickly. Their population is high. So there's lots of clams, lots of like birds, lots of seagulls. I don't know. Let's do the next slide, man. Key vocabulary, prime. If anything is prime, it's the best quality, or it's the greatest relevance or importance. So for example, if you have a good piece of land, like this could be prime farmland, prime real estate can be bought only at high prices. The prime rate for lending is 2% at major banks. This is the rate that's where banks like lend to themselves, prime rate. The banking crisis is a prime example of bad policy. It's the best example of bad policy. This field is prime wheat-growing land. Fluency practice. Our key words today are consider, consideration, the be-all and end-all, optimum, optimal, maneuver, prime, and proliferate, or proliferate, depending on how you're using the word. Start. The be-all and end-all of surfing lies in the prime coast of Hawaii's many islands. The proliferation of surfing has been driven by the enthusiasm of people who consider the water to be the holy grail of sport. Considering the Polynesians found premium fishing using surfboards, think of the possibilities today. Optimum nutrition can be found by consuming small amounts of fish. Nutritionist Amy McLeod considers salmon to be optimal for muscle proliferation and prime fitness. Wow. All right. The be-all and end-all of surfing, the best surfing, in other words, lies in the prime coast of Hawaii's many islands. So the best coast of Hawaii's islands. The proliferation of surfing, the more people going surfing, that's what that means. More people, like every year, more people, has been caused by the enthusiasm of people who believe the water to be the holy grail, or the best thing, of sport. Considering the Polynesians found premium fishing using surfboards, think of the possibilities today. Optimum nutrition, which means like very good nutrition for your body, can be found by consuming small amounts of fish. And I mean small. And it has to be super, super clean, fresh fish. If you're eating lots of fish, you're going to get really sick. I mean, seriously. Nutritionist Amy McLeod. This is not a real person. I just made this up. Fake person considers salmon to be optimal for muscle proliferation, muscle growth, and prime fitness. Alright, but I don't eat fish. I think it's not good. I mean, I used to eat it, and it messed me up. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. So I do not eat fish, but this is just... Some people say that salmon is good, and before I used to eat salmon. Like this is it looks like a trout or maybe salmon. But sometimes I eat salmon. Anyway, next slide. Come on, man. Questions. Which destinations offer prime winter surfing? Canada and Ireland. Ireland, Indonesia, and Hawaii. Hawaii, Indonesia, Australia. Well, it's this one. That's the best surfing, right? Next one. Which sentence uses consideration properly? After much consideration, we bought a car. Consideration for surfing is fun. Michael consider his job important. This is completely wrong. Forget that. It should be consider his job important. This one doesn't make any sense. So the answer is A. After much thinking, we bought a car. Next question. Which is the be-all and end-all? An old surfboard with cracked paint, a new private jet, or fabric from the store? Well, this is the best of all of them. So a new private jet would be the be-all and end-all. Which sentence is optimum proliferation if we are raising chickens? So we are raising our chickens. The chickens grow up slowly. The roosters and chickens grow quickly. Or the chickens multiply quickly, making many chickens. I would suggest that this is the best answer. The chickens multiply quickly, making many chickens if we are raising chickens. Thank you for watching.